All right. Welcome on in, everybody. Shout out to my guy, Casey, for making me that updated intro. I'm still having him send the actual file of it. So I just kind of use that off of his YouTube channel on an unlisted link. But shout out to my guy, Casey, man. Uh, Good friend of mine, the guy that designed my Son's Geek logo. So really appreciate him doing that for me, taking the time to do that for me. And thank you to everybody who's tuning on in, whether you're watching along live later or now. I really appreciate each and every single one of you. Lots to talk about, you guys. Right before I went live, we had some breaking NBA news, which maybe we'll talk about that later. But if you missed it, Drew Holiday traded to the Boston. Drew Holiday traded back to the Portland Trailblazers, and Anthony Simons traded to the Boston Celtics. So trade season has begun. The NBA offseason has begun. It began before the finals even ended when Kevin Durant was traded just yesterday, which, by the way, if you missed that live show, go check it out. It's on my channel right now. We definitely have lots to talk about, you guys. We're 48-ish hours away from the draft. So much draft stuff going on. I hope I'm going to have time to, do some decent scouting on the draft class and everything, but we'll see. But either way, you guys, I'm going to be live for the draft. Can't wait. And again, you guys, the draft is 2 nights. 2 nights, which I absolutely love for tons of reasons, but so we got lots to talk about, you guys. Let me take a sip of my water and we'll get started. Let's put this down real quick. Let me know what you guys are eating or drinking in the chat. Lufa, I appreciate you being here. King J Rock, Brian, Aaron, Suns Fan 303, and Lufa, appreciate you being here, man. All right, guys, let's get this started. So I'm sure you guys saw this by now, and we're going to be just pretty much going over the things that I want to talk about. We're going to be talking all things Phoenix Suns, and there's just the stuff that I want to talk about. I'm sure you guys saw this clip going around. This like clip pretty much started going viral. I want to say an hour or two after Kevin Durant got traded. I forgot what the event was called, but he was doing something pretty big with like Boardroom. Was it like Fanatics too? But it was a big like event. It was a big deal. And Kevin Durant was there, and it was Kay Adams. I hope I said her name right. They're friends. They've done tons of interviews together. There was like rumors that they were like dating because they like flirt a lot on their interviews and stuff. But Kevin Durant, she got an interview with Kevin Durant, and well, let's just listen to it here. Here's what Kevin Durant had to say, an hour or two after he was traded. So let's hear from KD, who kind of took some shots at the Phoenix Suns and Suns fans. But here we go.
Last one for you. A lot of heartbroken Suns fans right now. What would you like to say? That's not true. No, literally, heartbroken Suns fan. Right over there.
I just felt like, they wanted me to go. So it's like, I'm glad we both, they got what they wanted and I got what I wanted. So we can move on, and good luck to them going forward. And I always remember my time there, but we on something else.
Now you're going to go kick Tom Brady's ass at Fanatics game.
Exactly.
Last one for you. A lot of heartbroken.
So just real quick, I guess sort of the highlight here is this.
No, literally, heartbroken Suns fan.
Right here.
Over there.
Wait for it.
I just felt like, they wanted me to go. So it's like
Kevin Durant said, they wanted me to go. And he said, I doubt that, because I think he was talking about like heartbroken Suns fans, which, come on, Katie, you gotta admit, trust me, some Suns fans are heartbroken that you were gone. They wanted me to go. I'm glad they got what they wanted, and I got what I wanted. We can move on. Good luck to them going forward. I'll always remember my time there. So, like, I don't know. Like, that's weird. Like, here's the thing. I was like DMing a few people. just giving my thoughts about the trade, DMing them, texting them, and all that. We were just talking. And I think somebody asked me, like, hey, did you see that KD clip? What do you think? And I'm like, in all fairness to KD, we do not know what was said behind the scenes. And I think that that's fair. Maybe the Phoenix Suns, front office, ownership, etc., maybe they did want him gone. I don't know. And like, I guess it's kind of fair for KD to like kind of take shots, if you will, about the trade and all that. And he's not wrong necessarily. Like, the Suns got what they wanted. Kevin Durant got what he wanted. And it's time to move on. I've been saying that since before KD got traded. I didn't want KD traded, but it was time to move on. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, you guys. Like, I'm going to miss KD, and it sucks that things didn't work out. I don't know. But, I thought we would start the show with that. And guys, obviously there's been a lot of like rumors and stuff before KD was traded, afterwards. And one rumor that I kind of saw floating around, but real quick, I want to give credit where credit is due. One of the men to break the Kevin Durant trade news was John Gamadoro. And later in the day yesterday, he tweeted this out saying, here are two mystery teams that had interest in conversations about trading for Kevin Durant: the Denver Nuggets and the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I don't know what kind of package Denver would have offered us. Cleveland definitely would have had an offer, and I'm getting to this in a second here. I'm getting sort of to my point here. And I guess it came out today, like, Cleveland definitely has assets. They definitely have, players that they could have offered us. And one of them being, according to Kevin O'Connor, who I have some mixed feelings about Kevin O'Connor. I'm like, I don't know if I really like believe what he says. He's kind of been like annoying lately because he'll like tweet things out if like a player has like a bad playoff performance or a bad game. He'll be like, oh, I think it's time for the New York Knicks to move on from Karl Anthony Towns. Or like, I think it's time for the Indiana Pacers to move on from Miles Turner. I'm like, what are you doing, KOC? But I don't know. He probably has more, not probably. He does have more information and sources than I ever will. But according to Kevin O'Connor, the Cavs offer for Kevin Durant included Darius Garland. I'm like, okay, but like, what else was thrown in there? Like, could you guys imagine the Cavs with Kevin Durant? And real quick, I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place. Brian says, DeMarcus Cousins said there were fist fights in the locker room. I didn't even bother to talk about that. Kevin Durant even responded to DeMarcus Cousins and was like, pretty much shot it down. And DeMarcus Cousins responded saying like, oh, well, like, it was a teammate of yours or something like that. It was probably Yusuf Nurkic, maybe. I don't know. Somebody who like hates the Suns that got traded. I don't believe any of those fist fight in the locker room things. I just extremely doubt that. Even Phoenix Suns broadcaster, longtime broadcaster, Kevin Ray shot that down too. I call BS on that. But I just thought we would kind of start the show with this. Like, and I gave, I was live for at least like 40 minutes yesterday, just kind of talking about the Kevin Durant trade and just my thoughts. And it's like I said, you guys, and I'll continue saying this. It's just an absolute shame. And it's sad that it didn't work out. Kevin Durant, whether you love him or hate him, he's one of the greatest players of all time. And I'm truly thankful that Kevin Durant got to play for the Phoenix Suns, even if it was for 2 seasons and those seasons were pretty much failures. I'm glad that he was in a Phoenix Suns uniform. And I wish KD the best. I hope he goes on to win championships and continues to add to his Hall of Fame career because he's one of the greatest players ever. So I don't know, man. And again, if you guys missed yesterday's show, again, please go check it out. But now that I've slept on it, I still kind of, no, I take that back. I feel the same as I did yesterday. If not, I feel even better than I did yesterday about the Kevin Durant trade. Guys, I know a lot of Suns Twitter was having their little meltdown, and I'm sure Suns social media was as well. Speaking of social media, guys, real quick, we are also live on Facebook as well. And soon we will be live on like TikTok and Instagram. That's why I love this new streaming platform that I'm using. Shout out to Restream. They're awesome. So we're not only live on YouTube, guys, we're going to be live on many other platforms coming very soon. But back to the KD trade. Again, I feel good about it, you guys. I really do. Suns Twitter, Suns social media had their meltdown. I think they're completely overlooking Jalen Green. You know, this is a young player who is still developing, but has averaged 20 plus points per game in 3 straight seasons, put up good stats, super athletic, fun to watch. I know people are like, oh, he's inconsistent and all these stats and facts, blah, blah, blah. Some people are acting like Jalen Green is like one of the worst players in the league. And more on that later. But Jalen Green, I'm excited for Jalen Green, you guys. I really am. And before I continue on with Jalen Green, I was talking to one of my coworkers today. And despite Dylan Brooks' bad rep that he has, and heck, there's been times I've even been frustrated with him or tweeted bad things, whatever. It really is true that Dylan Brooks is one of those players that you hate him when you're playing against him, but when he's on your team, I think a lot of us are going to learn to love him, including myself. But I was talking to one of my coworkers today, and I said, Dylan Brooks might be exactly what this Phoenix team needs. Clearly last season at all. And maybe Dylan Brooks is the kind of guy that's going to talk a bunch of shit and kind of fire up this Phoenix Suns team and make them compete. I'm sure he's going to be a pest, not only on the court during the games on defense, but he's going to be a pest on defense when they're practicing behind closed doors. He might be that sort of fuel and sort of that enforcer to maybe wake up the Phoenix Suns, especially with what Suns GM Brian Gregory has been saying and what new Suns head coach Jordan Ott has been saying about we're looking for guys that are going to compete out there, play defense. They have to have the Phoenix Suns mindset and blah, blah, blah. That might be Dylan. That might be. I'm sure that's going to be Dylan Brooks. And I hope that he brings that to this Phoenix Suns team. And then again, you guys, I think a lot of people are forgetting. I was getting into some Twitter arguments yesterday about this, and more on the Suns Twitter thing later. But I think a lot of Suns fans are completely overlooking that. Not only one thing that they're overlooking, in my personal opinion, is that we got a top 10 pick, but not just that, we got 5 second rounders. And I did hear this kind of quote once that, yeah, it is true that all draft picks are valued. Not all draft picks are valued equally. I understand that. And, sure, it's just second round picks, whatever. It is what it is. But I don't care, you guys. That's 5 second round picks that we did not have, on June 21st, the day before the KD trade. These are picks that we can use not only this offseason and future deals, but in future deals, going forward. So I'm okay with this package, you guys. And that's why I want to kind of continue here with Jalen Green too. Because I really feel like a lot of Suns fans right now are they're not they're not really. I think they're just hating. Like they're hating on Jalen Green. And it's not fair, man. So real quick, what I want to show you guys, one of my favorite Suns accounts, Suns Are Better on Twitter. Please go follow him. I highly recommend it. Tweeted this out saying, now's a good time for this throwback to 2023 when Devin Booker was in the gym with Kevin Durant and ... Jalen Green. Book is quite familiar with his game. And then he clipped this video. We're going to watch it right now. So you guys can maybe get a little familiar. I just got to mute the sound real quick with Jalen Green. So look at Devin Booker, man, doing this thing. Remember, this is 2023, you guys, but still. We're gonna watch it anyways. Here we go. Bucket. Bam. Like they're working out together, you guys. There's KD. Remember, this is back in 2023. They're all working out together. I don't think Devin Booker and Kevin Durant would be working out with Jalen Green if they didn't see some potential in his game. If they didn't like the guy, they wouldn't be working out with him. There's Jalen Green, by the way. Bucket. And guys, like, if anything, Jalen Green is an excellent scorer. And we're going to need that now that Kevin Durant is no longer on the team, you guys. He's an excellent scorer. People are going to throw all these like statistics out there, blah, 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 blah. The dude is a bucket. The dude can score. And I forgot who said this. It might have been one of my friends, but he was like, remember back in the day when Devin Booker was a, quote, shot chucker and blah, blah, blah. Like, just give Jalen Green a chance, you guys. I feel like I need to like trademark that at this point. Like Suns fans just aren't giving, the front office a chance. They're not giving Jordan Knott, our head coach, a chance. And they're not even giving Jalen Green a chance yet. It's not fair, you guys. It's just not fair, in my opinion. Give him a chance, man. Look at these highlights, man. Just pure buckets. KD, Book, Jalen Green. So, couple more things on Jalen Green. And one of them on Dylan Brooks as well. But let's continue on here. Suns Are Better had another... I'll let these highlights kind of finish out and then we'll continue. But I have another tweet from Suns Are Better that I want to show you guys. There's Jalen Green posting up, turn around, bucket. There's Booker, boom, boom, bucket. All right, you guys, you get the point. So let's go back to another tweet here from Suns Are Better. And I feel like Suns fans need to kind of remember this. The hope has to be that Jalen Green can mature as a player in a new situation with the Suns. He'll no longer be asked to be the leading scorer, gets to play next to Devin Booker. Maybe that leads to better, more efficient shots. The scoring talent is unquestionable. He's good. That's what I'm trying to say, you guys. Like, one, Devin Booker's going to teach Jalen Green so much stuff, you guys. Remember, Jalen Green's only in his third year. Devin Booker's going to teach him so much. And we've seen this a lot in the NBA, and I'm sure we've seen it in the NFL and in baseball. I don't really follow all that, but I believe it to be true. But I know for a fact we've seen it in the NBA. Sometimes a new situation, a new team is going to be good for players like Jalen Green. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, sometimes it doesn't work out, but I am hopeful that maybe a new situation for Jalen Green, a new system, a new offensive system, coaching, players, team, environment will be good for Jalen Green. And maybe he can truly turn into like a star player right next to Devin Booker, man. That's got to be the hope. That's got to be the hope, you guys. And then, you know, I wasn't the only one yesterday doing a lot of like, you know, debating and arguing with Suns Twitter. But I really like this from my guy Flex from Jersey, who, by the way, yesterday he was tweeting out like a madman too. He was going back and forth with people. So I'm glad I wasn't just the only one defending the Suns. There was a few others too. I retweeted some stuff. But my guy Flex from Jersey says this, and this does include Dylan Brooks. He goes, so let me get this straight. Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks were both starters on a second seed in the West. They won what, like 52, 54 games or something like that. But somehow they had nothing to do with that success, question mark. It was everyone else. I got it. Come on now. You might not love the deal, but don't act like the Suns just got two bench guys. Preach, Flex from Jersey. Preach. And I know Flex from Jersey was on the PHNX podcast today, and he was saying some great things and some Bradley Beal stuff, which we'll probably talk about that later. But Flex is, I love Flex, man. I texted him today. He definitely wants to, you know, come back on the channel soon once he gets back to the Valley, and we're cooking some stuff up, some stuff up, you guys. So, you know, but again, Flex is so right. Like it's just not fair. Like, guys, like we gotta give this a chance. And as I said yesterday, and as I was tweeting out, I said it yesterday on the live show, I said it yesterday on social media. Guys, the off season has barely just begun. Guys, we have the draft. We have free agency. We have whatever takes place after that. So many other moves are on the way. Give this team a chance. Trust me, I think we're going to have a completely different roster next year. But give this team a chance. Give the Suns time to look into certain deals and maybe package some draft picks and get some new players in and build around Devin Booker. Just give them a chance, man. Come on, guys. Like, what are we doing? Let me take a sip of my water because we got lots more to talk about, you guys. We're already almost 24 minutes in, so everybody do me a huge favor. Crush that like button. Share the show. It really helps out. Tag me if you share the show. Smash that like button, too. It tells YouTube that I'm doing a good job. And I appreciate everybody's support, whether you're tuning in now or later. I really appreciate it. Okay. A702 says, I hate all these Debbie Downers. For real, man. I responded to somebody yesterday, and I said, today was a bad day for Suns Twitter and Suns social media. It was a bad day, guys. Like, they were just so negative. My guy Aaron says, I love the positivity, my man. Welcome to Suns Geek, man. That's what I do here. Even in the worst of cases, I'm always going to be positive. Suns fans need to take chill pills for real. Like the temper tantrums, the negativity that I saw yesterday. Guys, come on. I don't get it, man. Okay. So let's see. I like this comment too. I don't believe anything Suns fans say on Twitter. Says All Rails Productions. For real. Like, if you're like living off of what random fans on Suns Twitter say, or like Suns Facebook, which can also be very toxic, please go get your Suns news and information from somebody else, because that is like the last place you want to get it from, because it is so toxic. I could read you guys so many terrible negative tweets that are being tweeted out by 12-year-olds. So many just so much negativity, you guys. It's terrible. Colin, appreciate you being here, man. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Shout out to my guy Casey for being here too. And thank you again, Casey. I don't know if you caught the start of the show, but thank you again for taking the time to make that logo for me, man. Speaking of my guy Casey too, I've kind of referenced this on the channel a little bit. But just so you guys know, I'm going to be at NBA Summer League 2025. And my guy Casey is coming with me, man. It's going to be an absolute blast. Can't wait. We're going to have fun. We're going to film some content. Maybe we'll do like a podcast kind of thing while we're there. I don't know. It's going to be fun. Can't wait. And my guy Casey's going to be there too. So, yeah. He goes, what? Toxic Twitter for real? Or Twitter toxic? Like, oh my God. All right, guys, let's focus. Let's stay focused here. So obviously a lot of rumors. I put Bradley Beal in the thumbnail on purpose. Not on purpose. Like, well, yeah, I guess it was on purpose. A lot of Bradley Beal rumors going on around right now. And I guess we can kind of start with this. Gambo was obviously, he's amazing. Been covering Valley Sports for a long time. Broken so much Phoenix Suns news, reported on Phoenix Suns news, and he was one of the first people to report the Kevin Durant trade, even before it happened. And I haven't heard everything he said as of late, but this was going around on Twitter, and I think it's worth a listen. He's saying that there are rumblings about one or two teams that may be willing to trade for Bradley Beal, per John Gambadoro of Arizona Sports. So let's hear what Gambo has to say. Here we go. Hopefully you guys can hear this too.
I'm starting to hear some rumblings. There might be a team or two that would trade for Bradley Beal. Now, that shocks a lot of people. I get it. But I think that will be the first order of business. I've said all along, however it happens, I think they got to move on.
Okay.
I'm starting to hear some rumblings. There might be a team or two that would trade for Bradley Beal. Now, that shocks a lot of people. I get it. But I think that will be the first order of business. I've said all along, however it happens, I think they got to move on.
Yeah, I mean, and again, guys, like, he's not wrong. Like, I've talked about, sorry, guys. I've talked about Bradley Beal a lot. Thank you guys for letting me know the volume is good. Somebody said here or here. Sorry, guys. I just typed here. Just felt like the right thing to type. Yeah, can you guys hear that okay? Sorry, guys. Anyways, but I've talked about Bradley Beal a lot, you guys, and I know it might sound like an unpopular opinion. Let me just start with this, actually. I've criticized Bradley Beal a lot. It may not seem like it, but I really have. I've criticized Bradley Beal a lot. But there was a show a while ago, not too long ago, where I kind of defended Bradley Beal. And trust me, I understand the no trade clause. I understand, like, people. I just kind of feel like Bradley Beal has a really bad, like, narrative around him. And it's only because, well, it's two things, actually. It's because, one, the no trade clause, which I understand that makes it look bad. Two, the big contract. So you can kind of tie that in together. It's the contract and the no trade clause. But also, it's just like, because of how disappointing last season was, and like the season before that and all that, it's like, I think Suns fans are just like, Bradley Beal destroyed this team and blah, blah, blah. And, like, I don't know. Like, the guy can still play. It's just, if he didn't have the no trade clause, if he didn't have that big of a contract, if he could stay a little healthier, I don't think Bradley Beal would be, like, as criticized as a lot of Suns fans are, doing as they're criticizing him, and I know it seems impossible now, but he still could get traded. Gambo has been talking about this for so long. He's been saying it for a while. Like, I don't think Bradley Beal will play for us next season. It's time to move on. The Suns want to get rid of Bradley Beal. I've talked about it on my channel. Gambo's talked about it. Like, guys, this all kind of goes back to what I said. It is a long off season. So much can happen. Give it time. We could be in the middle of, like, August, where, like, nothing's happening, and then bam, our phones blow up, and Bradley Beal gets traded. It could happen, you guys. Just stay patient. And you know what? Call me crazy. Maybe I'm a little, I feel like a lot of people aren't going to like me for saying this. Maybe I'm a little crazy here. Let's say Bradley Beal is with us entering the season. Let's say he's aware that he could get traded. Let's say that he knows that the Suns are looking for offers for Bradley Beal, whatever. He knows he's going to get traded, but he enters the season with us. Let's just say that. And let's just say it's like, let's say Devin Booker will be our point guard, Jalen Green, or I guess it'd be Bradley Beal next, Jalen Green, who am I forgetting? Ryan Dunn, I don't know, Nick Richards, right? That's a decent starting five. Whoever we draft, let's say we keep one of Grayson Allen or Royce O'Neal. You know, like, that's not that bad of a team, you guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little too optimistic. Maybe I'm a little too biased. Like, I don't think the Suns are as, quote, trash as a lot of Suns fans make us out to be. But again, what I just said, we could be having a completely different conversation a month from now because our roster could look completely different. And I went over the roster yesterday as it stands as of right now. And yeah, like Suns fan 303, you're right. Like when Bradley Beal said he holds all the cards, that definitely didn't look good. And then, like, I don't know where the source came from. I don't even know if it was real. But, like, I thought I saw something on, like, Bradley Beal said, like, my family's happy here. We have a house here. Like, we're not going anywhere. I don't know how legit that report was. If somebody could fact check me on that and be like, hey, this is the source that said it, maybe I'd believe it. But I was like, I don't know. But again, when he said he holds all the cards, that was when the criticism and sort of like bashing of Bradley Beal, if you will, criticism, whatever you want to say, that was really when it all kind of started piling on and kind of going a little overboard. And yeah, like my guy Aaron says it here. Beal could be good somewhere, but he isn't a good fit next to Book. And like, you're not wrong. And that's what sucks about the KD trade, man. It just sucks that like Kevin Durant, one of the greatest players and scorers ever, it just sucks that like it just didn't work. It was like the right player at the wrong time, you know? And like I believe everything happens for a reason. It's all part of God's plan. Amen. But like we're talking sports here, like it just didn't work out. Then you had Bradley Beal. Even if you're the biggest Bradley Beal hater, you add Bradley Beal right next to Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. How did this not work? How did it not work, man? I don't know. We got lots more to talk about. And I guess since I've already kind of been talking about Suns Twitter, I just want to read you guys a couple tweets. Let's start with this because I know a lot of you guys respect this person. And I know a lot of you guys love the PHNX podcast. But I retweeted this and shared it on my Instagram and then even quote tweeted it because it is just so damn true. This is just how Suns Twitter is, man. So check this out. Let me take a sip of my drink real quick. So right here, Espo tweets out. Sorry, my thing's not working. Espo tweets this out. The last 12 months, Suns fans need to get younger, get draft capital, and get better and tougher on D. Now, Suns got worked in this trade while getting younger, getting lotto picks, and getting a top flight defender. Burn it down. They're doomed for a decade. This platform is just rage bait. Guys, like the way that I tweeted it yesterday, I'm like, guys, like the Suns cannot do anything right. Some Suns fans pretty much think that like Doesn't matter what the move is, doesn't matter who we trade for. In some Suns fans' eyes, it's like they cannot do anything right. And I genuinely question some Suns fans on social media. Like, are you guys even fans? Do you guys even support this team? Like, when something good is happening to the Suns, are you like cheering for it? Or are you just like all like everything's doom and gloom and this is going to backfire on us and this is the worst trade ever and blah, blah. It is just pure rage bait. It is just pure toxic on Suns Twitter, man. Suns Twitter is just the worst. And one of my tweets was this yesterday for all you Game of Thrones fans out there. I said, me, whenever I tweet something positive about the Suns. Now, I've never seen Game of Thrones. I've seen like a couple episodes here and there. But I know this little GIF with Jon Snow pulling out a sword, a bunch of like soldiers on horses coming right at him. Like, I tweet something positive about the Suns and the trade, and everyone just started coming in my mentions and blah, 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 blah. Like, oh my God, you guys, it was awful yesterday. I was arguing with so many people. I was like, at one point I tweeted out, screw it. Who else wants to argue about the Suns? Let's go. Like, let's just keep this going. Just so much negativity, man. It's just sad. Just, I don't know, you guys. Like, I feel like because I'm a content creator, I have to stay on Twitter. I mean, technically I could delete my account and like, you know, still view all the tweets that I like to share. And I like doing that. I like sharing tweets from Twitter to help keep these conversations and to add to these conversations and add to these live shows. But God, like I can't even tweet about my Suns because people just, all these like Twitter experts, all these keyboard warriors, all these like Suns fans who think they're the GM of the team and like all these perfect fans that like know everything, all these know-it-alls, man. It's just so rough, man. And I know I'm sounding bitter and salty, but man, just, I don't know, you guys. I really just don't know. It's hard to be a Suns fan sometimes, you guys. Just really is. How you guys doing? You guys having a good night? Let me know how your day or night's going. So I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. I should have done a better job of, you know, doing draft homework. I should have been prepping for this draft a long time ago. But life happens. I've been busy. You know, I do have a job outside of this. I have the YouTube channel to run. I got other things going on. I do have a life. And besides last year's draft, you know, when we drafted Ryan Dunn and Oso Ighodaro, it's been hard to kind of follow the draft because it's like the Suns were so unpredictable now. Sorry, not now. They were so unpredictable with the draft. Like, are we even going to keep our picks? But now that we have a new GM, now that we have a new coach, and now that Matt Ishbia is, you know, at least on the surface, taking more control, and now that we landed a top 10 pick, which I like to remind Suns fans about that, we have a top 10 pick. It's not like we got like the 26th pick. We got a top 10 pick. I might have to really cram my brain in the next, 48 hours and really start like, quote, you know, scouting these guys. Because we got a top 10 pick. And like, let's say like, I doubt this happens, but let's just say like we somehow trade that top 10 pick. I still have to do some research on at least this first round class, you know, still got to do research. But a name that I've kind of been seeing floating around. And first off, before we get to that name, let me just show you my guy Flex from Jersey's list. He says, these are the guys that I'm looking at for the Suns. If they pick at 10, so he's pretty much saying if they keep the 10th pick and all that, in order: Derek Queen. I'm going to butcher. The guy from Duke, the big man from Duke. I don't want to butcher his name. Oh, wait, where did the thing go? The big man from Duke. I can't pronounce his name yet because I'm stupid. Arizona, or from Arizona, or from U of A, Carter Bryant, who I did watch a few highlights and read some stuff, kind of quote scouted him. That dude he's a beast. I really like him. And then a name I'm hearing a lot about, Colin Murray Boyles. And then he goes on to say, guys, I'm really interested in outside of the top 10, but very high on in this order. Danny Wolf, I think, who's from Michigan, correct? And then another guy's name who I don't want to butcher. So just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, Carter Bryant, definitely worth looking into, you guys. Played for the University of Arizona, and could be a two-way sort of 3-and-D defensive force in the future. Lots of potential. And then Colin Murray Boyles. Let me see if I can find the tweet real quick. But I have some stuff on him, but I just want to make sure I can find this. Then we're going to kind of focus on some other things, you guys. Then we're probably going to wrap up the show after that. Where was it? Well, hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here. My bad, you guys. One-man show here. You guys already know the drill. One-man show. Well, I can't. Oh, here it is. Okay, cool. So Evan Cedri, I hope I pronounced his name right, tweets this out too. And I guess this is coming from Gambo as well. Where is it? Yeah, I guess this is coming from Gambo as well. So here we go. Again, going back to Colin Murray Boyles, CMB, as I guess we can call him. The Suns will look to target a starting power forward and center via the draft plus free agency per Gambo. And then the tweet goes on to say, after acquiring the number 10 overall pick in the Kevin Durant trade, Colin Murray Boyles could be a prime target who fits their role. And then I read a little bit about Colin Murray Boyles, and it says he's a sophomore from South Carolina, 6'7", 240-pound frame, and nearly a 7'1" wingspan. Quote, he thrived in the half court, shooting nearly 58%. And then he contributed as a scorer with 16.8 points per game and rebounded 8.3 rebounds per game. Now, the nearly 58%, it said to rank in Synergy's 88th percentile. I'm not going to lie. I don't really understand all that, but you guys get the point. The numbers look good. And I'm sure I'm going to click off this live show, go watch some highlights and be like, the Suns got to draft Colin Murray Boyles. I'm just saying this, guys. I'm far from a draft expert, especially this year because I've barely done little to no homework. But this is a pretty loaded class in my personal opinion. And anytime you're drafting in the lottery, anytime, most times, I know that the 10th pick kind of gets, there hasn't been too many great 10th overall picks, although Mikal Bridges was a top 10 pick. You're hoping for potential. You're hoping for a star. You're hoping for somebody to add to your team that can help you going forward. So I hope that the Suns will really do their homework and draft the best available player and just get the right guy because we need it. Because we were gifted that 10th pick. We need it, you guys. Oh, yeah, another thing, too. He averaged 1.3 blocks and 1.5 steals, indicating the potential for him to defend multiple positions. Let me take a sip of my water. Okay. Let's see here. Oops. Michael says, where'd it go? Suns Geek, did you see that we're getting the Valley jerseys back? Yeah, I did. That was sort of a busy time when that news broke. I don't really know how I feel about it, but like I don't hate it. Like I have the Valley pennant back there, I don't hate it. But I don't know, maybe once they're actually like back, I'll be a little more thrilled. I don't know. It kind of brings up good and bad memories. And I'm not as crazy about the Valley jerseys as most people are. That might sound like an unpopular opinion. Don't get me wrong. Like if somebody gifted me one right now, I'd be like, hell yeah, let's show this off in a video. But like, not like super crazy about them. And again, it brings up bad and good memories for me as a Suns fan. If you guys know, you know. Okay. Let's see. See if I'm missing anything. Okay, what's going on here? All right, guys, let's get to a few more things and we're going to wrap this show up. See if I didn't miss anything here. Okay, well, can we talk about the Thunder and Pacers in the NBA Finals, which was incredible, by the way? And then I want to talk about, actually, you know what? Before we get to the finals, my apologies, guys. A couple things I want to react to. Even though the Kevin Durant trade, even though that trade is not, official, I think it's going to be official July 6th. Even though it's not official, Clutch Sports Group tweeted this out. This is Dylan Brooks' agency, and they have a lot of other guys in their thing. Isn't LeBron part of Clutch Sports Group and so many other players in the league? They tweeted this out. Welcome to Phoenix, Dylan Brooks. And this is like their real account, you guys. Global Sports Agency. They tweeted this out. Now, obviously, Dylan Brooks isn't going to wear number 9 because that's Dan Marley's number. How dare he? But I think they were just tweeting out an image. Even somebody said, don't disrespect Dan Marley. That's great. But, that I just think that's interesting that they would tweet this out. So even though it's not official, it definitely seems official. Thought that would be worth reacting to. And a little bit of more Phoenix Suns news before we kind of talk about NBA news. Final thing on Bradley Beal, not a surprise here. Again, I didn't hear what Gambo said, but Gambo said, and this is kind of old news by now. We kind of knew this, but Gambo said the Suns plan to trade or buy out Bradley Beal this offseason. We all knew that. We'll see what happens. I don't know. That's sort of like old news, but it was tweeted out today, and I thought I would get to it. But the other thing that I wanted to get to, where did it go? I just had it a second ago. Sorry, guys. Dang it. Okay. Well, you know what? We're just going to do this. Here it is. Wait, is that it? No, that's not it. What is going on with my life? Here we go. My bad, you guys. And I think somebody in the chat commented on this earlier. Let's go here. Okay. So yeah, according to Rob Murrows, covers the NBA, senior NBA insider at Ball Report X. He tweets out this, and I'm not surprised by this because I think we heard somebody else report on it before, but it was like official now. So sorry if I'm missing that person who reported it first, but it says the Phoenix Suns are declining, and I'm going to butcher his name, Vasily Micic, $8.1 million team option for next season, making him an unrestricted free agent. League sources tell Ball Report X. Phoenix had until June 29th to exercise or bypass the option. Not surprised by this. We had heard stuff about him going back to Europe anyways. He barely played for us, and I don't mean to sound like a jerk. I sometimes completely forgot he was on the team. You know what I mean? I don't mean to sound rude by that. No disrespect towards him, but it was like we made all those trades during the deadline and he barely played. I barely even saw him on the bench. So I wish him the best, though. You know, I'm sure he's a talented player. I'm sure he will go to Europe or go to whatever team he's going to go to and play well. But he's just one of those random Phoenix Suns players who, you know, just was on our team and that's it. Okay, guys. So like I said, can we spend a little bit of time talking about the Thunder and Pacers? Let me take a sip of my water. First off, congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I've been definitely watching and following what the Thunder have been doing over the last few years. And I've said this to a lot of people, like they have been building that championship team for years now, and it finally paid off. Even if for some reason they were to lose the finals, they still made it to game 7 of the finals. And I truly believe that they will be back next year. Let's say the Thunder lost, right? They would be back next year, and they're going to be here for the foreseeable future. In my personal opinion, the Thunder are one of those rare teams in an NBA full of parity, in an NBA world full of new champions every single year. They have the potential to be the NBA's quote next dynasty. They really do. I mean, SGA is what, 26 years old? They have a young, bright core with Phoenix's own Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, so many other guys. Like Nikola Topic, who they drafted like, I think 14th overall, was injured all year. And I read some stuff and saw some highlights, him coming out of the draft. He's like sitting there in the wings waiting to get healthy. They got him coming up. They have like 1 million draft picks. They have a great GM who's one of the brightest minds in basketball running their organization. And again, they have a bright young core. And I know that they can't pay all those guys. Eventually, they might run into something where it's like, hey, we had to kind of make some sacrifices because we can't pay everybody. Doesn't matter, you guys. This team is going to be here for like the foreseeable future. You know, Suns fan, excuse me, Suns fan 303 says, OKC's construction is the exception, not the rule, though. To be the second youngest team in NBA history to win a championship is nothing to sneeze at. I saw that yesterday, too. It was like, this is the second youngest team in league, excuse me, in league history to win a championship. That's insane, you guys. Like SGA is 26. Jalen Williams is like what, 23 or 24? Chet Holmgren's probably what, like 21? So many of their guys are like super young. And again, they're well coached. They have a great head coach. They have a great general manager in Sam Presti, who's one of the brightest minds of basketball. And plus all these other people in their organization that I'm completely forgetting about. Abraham says it here. Every GM has to take notes from the Thunder's GM. Exactly. And don't forget about their millions of draft picks they have. And that might become a problem in their future too. Like, some of those picks might not be as like valuable as they are now, but it kind of just depends. I'm sure they're going to like flip a bunch of those picks. But again, they have draft assets for days. They have a lot of players who are under great contracts. And they just have an incredibly bright future, man. And I want to talk about the Indiana Pacers too, you guys. Excuse me. obviously devastated for Tyrese Halliburton. You know, when he went down, it was like, even like my heart kind of stopped and broke for him. And it's just one of those scary freak, what was it? The Achilles tendon injuries that, something's going on here, you guys. Vid is lagging, voice and video not sync. Sorry about that, guys. But anyways, I'm just gonna kind of finish my thoughts and then we'll get out of here. But yeah, just heartbroken for Tyrese Halliburton, man. And I think I saw something that was like every player who wore 0 this year went out with an Achilles tear injury or something like that. Even like some random bench players and guys who barely play. Like that's like a super dark freak sports thing that just shouldn't happen. And it's just sad, man. And I think Halliburton had his surgery today. Like Shams Charania said, like, this surgery is happening like ASAP. It's going to happen. Like, and I think he's going to be out all of next season. Same thing with Dame Lillard and Jason Tatum and so many other guys. This sucks, man. And, but outside of that, Tyrese Halliburton had an incredible playoff run, a really good finals run. And I think even just 5 short years from now, we're going to remember that Pacers team. We're going to remember Tyrese Halliburton's run and just how, like, they were the true underdogs, and they were just incredible. And the Pacers team too, man. It's not every year you make it to Game 7. Game 7 of the NBA Finals. It's not like they got to Game 7 of the first round. Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Even though they lost, this Pacers team will be remembered for years to come. And like, I know it's probably devastating and heartbreaking for all Pacers fans right now, but like, I hope Pacers fans are keeping their heads up high. Like, I know losing in the finals, we know that, guys. We lost in the finals. We know losing in the finals is devastating, but like, hold your head high. Hold your heads high, Pacers fans. Final thing I'm going to get to, you guys, and we're going to wrap this up. Before I went live, we had some breaking NBA news. Shams Charania reporting. Let me just share this. Click that. Shams Charania reporting that the Boston Celtics have reacquired, or excuse me, the Boston Celtics have traded Drew Holiday to the Portland Trailblazers for Anthony Simons, so that the Blazers are reacquiring Drew Holiday pretty much. So Anthony Simons and 2 second-round picks to Boston for Drew Holiday, who's going to Portland again. And a lot of question marks with Boston, man. And it's really just because, again, the unfortunate injury to Jason Tatum. Him being out all of next season. It sucks. They're going to need some scoring, man. And Drew Holiday's a great player. I know a few Suns fans wanted him. I kind of like this move, at least on the surface, for both teams. Portland has a lot of great young talent, and they're getting a veteran, somebody who played for the Blazers. You know, maybe they're just trying to build around this young core, and they're trying to get a defensive veteran NBA champion in Drew Holiday. I don't mind that for them. And then again, the Celtics get a little bit of scoring that can not necessarily replace Jason Tatum, but can help in Tatum's absence. It is sort of a strange trade, but I don't think the Celtics are like necessarily going to be like, oh, Tatum's out, we're going to suck this year, we'll bounce back the year after, you know? Like, I think they still want to win. Sorry, guys. And they and like I saw something that was like teams are making offers for Jaylen Brown, but I sincerely doubt that. Not sincerely, I just highly doubt that he gets traded. I just cannot see that, especially with the injury to Jason Tatum. But, you know, speaking of the Kevin Durant trade and speaking of this trade and speaking of the Bradley Beal trade rumors and the draft coming up and, you know, speaking of the potential of teams trading picks, which is definitely going to happen. I love this tweet from Bobby Marks of ESPN. Starting on Monday, teams are allowed to negotiate with their own free agents and players that are rookie/veteran extension eligible as of July 6th. He goes on to say, the draft is Wednesday and Thursday. Let the offseason begin. I love that. Let the offseason begin, people. The NBA offseason is here. I love it. We all love transactions. We all love the breaking news. And I'm just excited, you guys. I am really looking forward to this off season. You've heard me say it a million times, and you're going to hear me say it a million times more. That major changes are coming to the NBA. Not to the NBA. Sorry, let me rewind. Blah, blah, blah. Major changes are coming to the Phoenix Suns, and heck, maybe there'll be major changes in the NBA. And I can't wait to see what happens, you guys. And you already know the drill. Like, if it has to deal with the Phoenix Suns, I'm going to make a video about it. I'm going to do my best to cover it all. I will be live both days of the draft, especially that first day, covering it all, reacting to it all. And I'm just super excited, you guys. I think after this live show, I'm going to start working on my thumbnail and stuff. So, all right, guys, I think that's it. I just wanted to come on here and kind of give my follow-up thoughts to the KD stuff and just, you know, talk all things Phoenix Suns basketball and complain about Suns Twitter and how toxic it is. So, and truly, you guys, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for all of your support, whether you're watching along, you know, now or later or in the future. Any and all support truly means a lot. And like, I'm not trying to make you guys like feel bad for me, but like, I really am a one-man show here. And I really am trying my best for you guys. I'm trying my best to keep up with all the Suns news and working hard for you guys and pumping out videos and live shows and YouTube shorts. So I just truly appreciate it. I know there's a lot of great Suns pods and content out there, but I'm doing my best here for you guys. And I truly love the Suns. I truly love the NBA. I know I can be a biased, stubborn homer about my team, but it's like, I'm a fan of my team. Like, what am I supposed to do, man? You know? So, yeah, I'm definitely doing my best, you guys. And I truly love you all. I truly appreciate the support. And I'll see you guys in like what? Less than 48 hours when we go live for the draft. A lot could happen. I could see you guys tomorrow because maybe the Suns will make a crazy trade and maybe trade some picks or something. I don't know. Thank you, man. That means a lot. He says, we appreciate you, man. We love you and see your hard work. Thanks, man. That means a lot. Like, sometimes I need to be reminded of that. So, all right, guys, you're awesome. I'm going to get out of here though. I'm going to try to do some quote draft homework and just kind of chill because I feel like this week is just gonna be a long, busy week with draft stuff and trades and all that stuff. So, all right, guys, I love you all. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there. Be kind to people. Love people. Stay safe out there. Spread positivity and love into the world. And I know this sounds crazy, but spread positivity to fellow Phoenix Suns fans. Spread positivity about the Phoenix Suns. Is that so crazy? Like to be positive about the team that you're a fan of? You know, just saying. All right, guys. I love y'all. I don't really have an outro yet. So we're just going to do this. I think. Yeah, let's just do this to Sorry, guys. All right. Peace out. Love you guys. God bless. Peace out. Win or lose. Win or lose Phoenix Suns for life. Peace out. God bless. And go Suns.